Hello guys, me Kianbradzter here, welcome back to another video. But today, it's not going to be a usual video. It's not a Minecraft video. This is my Draw Life video, or Minecraft My Life video. So, why are you saying not Call of Duty or FIFA or anything like that? But this game really cheers me up, so I need this game in my life. So, let's start talking to this. This is what my own world who just started building the bridge and build a house or anything yet. So today we're going to be talking about Draw My Life. So first thing, my life. So first thing we're going to start off with, before I was even born, 4 weeks before I was even born, my mom and stepdad, my mom and dad split up, and it was quite, I wasn't even born, so I didn't know who my dad was till I was year 9. But, which is school years, you know, for the Americans, 19 senior, it's like sophomore, but in middle school. So, I didn't know him to that. So, I was born into a rough house, and I lived in Shrewsbury, in England. And that's only a small town, very peaceful town, that really helped me. So when I feel that, as the only person, that quite an old child who no one really liked, so I was quite bad. So the first thing I found so hard was I had a friend called Charlie, for who lived quite not far away from me, and it was quite rough, and he was me and him were friends to year 2. Now how it's true style of play, and I was back in year 1, turned into primary school, which is called Oxton School, which is near enough outskirts of Shrewsbury, and that's whereabouts I lived, and I loved it. Didn't like it that much. I really struggled to learn. Really struggled to learn that, and it felt really hard to do. Yes, our Charlie's mum, who was a teacher there, and I really thank her for what she did for me. She never gave up on me. She still wonders what I'm doing now, and she shot up in college. So yeah, it's nice to know someone still cares about me, really, friends-wise, from friends from them. But I haven't seen them for a long time, so I don't know what really is going on. So the first thing that happened was at school, primary school, the first year, I had been bullied, really down bullied, and it was by a girl. I'm not going to say name on this one because she's at my college. I don't want to mess around with her, and I didn't want to. I actually don't remember her name now, I think. And she was a female, and because I was a gentleman, I didn't hit any girls. I didn't fight back, and she used that exploit to really hurt and use everything against me. And this is, she used, oh, you're crazy and all this, and this, they didn't know I had a disability. I didn't know I had a disability at the time, which I've mentioned a couple of times on my videos. It's just all autism, and I didn't get diagnosed to after middle part of year 2, when I got permanently suspended from Oxon. I still didn't carry on, and why I got suspended was because I hit my head teacher all the time in the face and all that, and I didn't know what was wrong. I hit, and the other thing was I hit the girl, which I'm not really a gentleman if I did that, but I hit the girl right in the head, and I can't fully remember the story, so I remember. And the next thing what happened was, I was at home with my mum and getting my work in depression and not happiness work, and I didn't like work from there. I didn't feel like I was learning well, but life or fire something bad at you, and you've always got part of it, which is not your worst part out of my life. And when I joined a special needs school called Oxon, not Oxon, Stavendale, and I started realizing people who actually knew who I was like, and people who was like me. So I got diagnosed with autism, and it's quite rough to talk about because it is really hard to talk about, and I don't like mentioning it quite a lot because it's quite emotional. Because my sister has learning difficulties and I have autism, and then I turned and I met on my bus ride to school. First bus ride, I was really shy to go there because I don't like school. Because I didn't like school, except today. Really like school, and I haven't been to school for half a year, for year two, but I got out of did, and I met a girl called Kathleen. We didn't go out, we were just good friends, and that's why I wanted it, and her as a friend was one of the best people, made me feel welcome, and I stopped her bullying by punching this guy in the head. Who was the teacher I had in the future, son, and she had to live what I had to do to defend my friend, and she understood why, and got him expelled from Sevendale. And that wasn't, you could say, oh, that's the worst part of your life, and no, as when you're growing up in the world, yeah, I met a girl called Kathleen, who's my best friend, who I really trusted in most of my life, first person I really could trust, apart from Charlie at the time, but I haven't seen Charlie ever since, and I couldn't do much about it, and I didn't want to see him. I was all more wary of Charlie turning up for school, because I'd heard he got a spell from Oxon, and I didn't know why. It's not my business, but it's suddenly proving he was the bad child, not me, because I was still at Sevendale. But because of the bullying of the female used to do to me, I turned quite violent, and very violent to people and everything. So I was the first person to really stop bullying when I was really upset, and it's really hard. But when I was at school, I always hated certain people who act big and all this. Oh, I own this place. I say, no, you don't. School does own this place. Sorry, but I got that over sometimes, and that. Now, let's go to year 3 now of my school year. I had the worst teacher of my life, and she's name. I'm actually gonna say her name, and I might get a big trouble for my head teacher by this, but her name was Liz Scottridge, and she was really, really bad teacher. Who really put me in a deep down depression and turned me more violent instead of calm me down. At the same time, I got really aggressive. She was everything you can tick off. She chose favourites, she chose this, she chose that. And it's a deep down depression, you know. And my family was the first one to file a complaint to the school. And yeah, the first person to file a complaint to that school for that teacher. And I'm not the only one too. As the one of 3. I still hate her for it now, and you probably say, "Oh, can you grow up?" and all that. No, she should not doing that to kids and hitting people. She broke my arm 3 times. She didn't hit anyone, but she was really not nice and awful. But I remember this when I was really not happy, and I actually met a teacher who was learning how to teach, and she will be coming back in later in the story. She's called Natalie, and her name was called Natalie, and she really helped with my anger. The first day lesson I had with her was actually a lesson which really needed to learn. So I was well behind my work and really starting to fail, and works and exams, practice exams my reading and spelling was wrong, and most of the time. So I really lost my head, and this teacher came through the door with bright brown hair, but sign of someone who I could trust already. She said really calmly, and she could tell it was the teacher's fault why I was depressed. Because the other teachers, the teaching assistants, who I can't remember their names, started noticing the teachers being the problem, not me. And sign of everything is not going right. And next thing what happened, I moved away from it, and I hit her one more time. I didn't hit this girl teacher, and I trusted beyond with this teacher, and I knew who she was because she was one of my former teachers. No, I wasn't one of my teachers, but she was around when I played football, and I knew who she was, and I trust her even now. So when I'm really down from the school and I say I got a problem, I still go up to her and hug her and all that. Then everything was cheering up, and when I started taking off in my learning wise, I liked this girl called Kimberly, and this might say my first girlfriend coming into play came in year 2, and she really made me happy, but not as happy as someone else in my life later on, who'll come later on. Me and Kimberly were good friends straight off the bat. I loved her, I fancied her, and we were only like year 3, and we always went out from year 3 to year 6, and we split, and sometimes we've been on and off, but we're just really good friends now, and we know each other quite well, and that's what we chose. And I like this other girl called Megan, who was blonde, and good friend. I even fancy her now, wink wink, but she's not full out, and I understand she wants to be friends, and I agree with that. So can't do clear. When I do this one, rain off clear. So yeah, and she was quite a nice person too, really caring what we split up because my behaviour come into play, and that's understandable because how much I was quite bad. And yes, and then here comes year 7, secondary school. Still part of Sevendale though. Now, you might remember my first person who I really cared about and trusted from Sevendale. She comes in. No, let's go back to year 6. Year 6. Still at Sevendale, and I had a friend called Sophie, who we had known each other quite well, and we were one of my most trustworthy friends, really good at football, and which I loved doing too, and what cheered me up for most of the time. I always hate losing games, so that's what I used to hate. And the most angriest part of my life was not now, because I was really happy, I was really smart, I was really pushing myself to learn, and I had a teacher called Gary Nolan, and I really thank him now for everything he's done. And he liked guitar, and he's got me a passion of rapping, and that's really helped me out. I didn't understand rapping, but really helped me out. And the next thing what happened was I was a rapping tree in a Christmas play, and I got all shy because my mum was there, so I decided to be a comedian, which is kind of like me. If I can't get uncomfortable, I'll get a big comedian. So next thing what happened was, yes, I was still depressed. Yes, I was this, I was that, and I was being mean. Year 7 came around. Year 6. I was really good at maths. I was actually doing year 7 work in year 6, quite strong, and I was predicted before to get entry level 3 in maths. I wasn't really strong. Entry level 2, entry level 3. So I went to, because I was really smart, I went to a special needs, but proper secondary, related. So Sevendale School, but at Mary Webb, which is a secondary school, and this is when I met really good friends. Kathleen was there, and one was trustworthy friends for a long time, so I knew who she was and that. And one of the days, she introduced me to a lad called Nathan, and this lad was going to be my best friend and role model for a long time. And to be honest, me and him don't talk anymore, but he wants to talk, he will understand. We're talking about, I fancied his sister, but not one sister I'm going to be coming into later on in the story, who was called Molly. But I didn't know at the time who his sister was, or his other sister was. As a big massive hint who else is coming into play. So I met this girl called Molly, and she was a really nice girl. Really nice girl. Reminds me a lot of Kimberly too, sadly. And that's now. And that thing was, I was in year 7 and met Molly, and I got shy, as usual, I would. So I like people like that. And she's a really nice person. I didn't talk to her often, but I was talking to Nathan, who had a brother, 2 sisters, who one of them we met, but I didn't know it was his sister, Molly. And you see, me and him were talking about who will be the perfect people for me, who will be the perfect personality as a girlfriend or boyfriend. And now, me and him talking in year 7, and it's getting traits in the girl. He said his other sister, Millie, about Millie, because I didn't even know who she looked like or anything like that. But I only remember a slight moment of her, and that was back in year 7 in this time period. It was, we had a curriculum day and we were doing a little bit of fun and we were doing some simple stuff like that. And we were all happy, and I come finalists out of Millie and Molly. And Millie and Molly hula hula. It's hula hoop. And I lost. And in a matter of seconds. They had to walk to win who would win. And remember, these 2 people haven't even met yet, so don't remember that name, Millie, right? So I've been really happy in the year 7, apart from I was actually about to get kicked out, but I did not get kicked out. I was literally so close to being expelled, you can't believe it. And my parents actually had enough. So year 8 came. I'm not sure. And where did I get to? Oh yeah, year 8. I met a lad called Guy, and we always used to call him Gay. And Guy was a really thingy time, and I didn't know what to do. And actually, Minecraft came into play because I was really depressed. And actually, before my brother went to prison and all that, so it was quite hard to talk about. So my guy was not really anything, but Nathan was like a brother to me, and that takes a lot of effort and a role model, and that takes a lot of effort to be honest. And I remember him quite well, and had to be reminded about him. So who I really hate the most? And here comes you, and I really like my football and play football quite a bit with, don't know who, but my mate Rory and thingy, and someone else. I got his other name, but he was in the same year as Nathan, so Nathan was a year above me. But I was really happy to talk to Nathan because he's one of my most trustworthy friends, even now. And here comes year 9. I was finally doing what I belong. Accusation lessons. In year 8, I did a test. In year 8, I did a test in history. I did World War One, and I got entry level test. I got level 3, entry level 3, and which is the highest which I can get in year 7 now, and that's come into play. So the next thing what happened was I was in year 8, 9. Did you remember the girl called Millie? I was in the first class was history, and maths came later, and science for a little bit. But she wasn't the first fan from the conclusion. I met a lad called Ben, who introduced us all, introduced everyone. And this time period, I didn't have anxiety. I was actually quite happy because I felt nervous. Yeah, I sat down at the table and she moved the table. Miss Weston, who was the teacher, moved the table and someone off the table. I think it was Tilly, her name, or something, Chase or something. I don't remember her name. I think it was Chase, who was in my year 10 history and year 11. Definitely know that. It's hard for me because I knew who I was and I never met someone. But then I looked across the table. Millie was there. I didn't even know who she was yet. Just remember that. So Ben introduced everyone to us. So she said, "Oh, this is Millie, and this is Ben. This is Sam. I'm Bam. I'm Ben. Sorry, I'm Sam, Evie, and I don't think there's anyone else in there. And me. And I had a teaching assistant called Julie. And the next part, what happened was, I was actually really happy, but my behaviour started impacting again. But I really felt welcome in history. Like Ben was my first actual proper friend, and really very taught, but I knew him, and I was actually sent to the proper mayor office for swearing one day, and this is when I met my year 10 year 11th history teacher, Mr. Smith, who's retired now. But remember, this is year 9, so it doesn't come yet. So that, and in that history class, the first one, puberty. Why? Let me just draw what happens. If I do a big stick, don't demonetize me. That's what happens. If you get what that is, boys, you know what happened. It's called an erection, and that's all I'm gonna say. I got an erection. I didn't know her name, but it was Millie. You gave me an erection. Yeah, about Molly, she was way out of my head now. But this is when I started feeling confident to talk and finally feeling that. And I actually felt welcome into that lessons. Yeah, I knew her brother, but I didn't know her. She was always in the library back then. And actually, Millie is doing a big future in herself right now. So, thanks. Good luck to her. And I still had a passion in watching football. So I was watching Shrewsbury Town FC. And with my nan, which I'll tell you later about something else. About someone. And my most angry part of my life was who I was, and trying to figure out who I was in puberty. So I was quite aggressive lad still, but I was starting to come through and start behaving a bit more. So then I came to maths, I did science, quit science, because I found it so hard, and people was like, oh, you skipped your GCSE? Yes, I did skip a GCSE. So I was really lost it, and I wasn't on myself, but it's coming back tomorrow, so it's a good start, innit? So next thing what happened was year 10 happened next, and I went to history, and I didn't know where it was, so I had a new teaching assistant called Sam. He was in year 9, and he was one of my favourites of all time for a little bit. And for a little bit, didn't last long till we had to go to science. But Sam was one of the people I can trust. And that happened, and I didn't feel right in the mood for history on the first day because I felt so nervous. But I was happy because I had some people like that, like Evie and Millie in there. So I felt confident and they worked behind me. And the first day I did, I got all shy. Because, of course, I fancied Millie in this time period. Remember that. And I fancied Millie. And she asked me a simple question. Do you know anything else? If Evie asked me that question, I would have done something different. I would actually would have answered the same thing, but more confident. But it was her, and didn't really know the voice, but I knew Evie's voice quite well, so I knew who, and I could see who it was. And yeah, I like a person like that who cares about me, and that happened. The next thing what happened was of course I got out Lucy into this, but I asked a girl I called in year 9 called Lucy, and it didn't work out. We didn't even go out. Then I asked her in year 10 a girl called Zoe, trying to get my confidence up. I actually asked someone out, but every time I got rejected, and I actually felt better about Zoe because I could cope with it. And at the same time, year 11 came, and year 11 came. I call year 11 the roughest part of my life. Because when I was younger, I was always in and out of hospital, but this is one of the most roughest times of my life. And this might get me upset, so start off with the start of the year I was all happy as usual, but then October came, like the month before October, I think it's August. My granddad went out ill, really ill, but he's still alive now, breathing quite fine. He's one of his things started failing, and he got quite ill, and he had to go to hospital, and I really scared me. And he came out on his birthday in October, by the end of October. Then I loved him so much, he had to look after him, and it's hard for me to talk about it because it's so harsh to talk about it, because it really upsets me. But then he came out of hospital, happy as Larry, still recovering. 11/11 come in November. I got home from another history lesson, to be honest, at home. So I had humiliating that day, yig. But came home, watching iPad, my mum started crying now because she just come off the phone. My great aunt died, and lucky I was to have her. She meant a lot to me. So I went back to my comforts and then went to deep down depression. And the first week I went back to history. Everyone noticed I wasn't with my normal self. And Millies were the first ones to spot it. So hard to talk about this. And it really got that bad. I actually burst and it caused anxiety. But I wasn't even diagnosed with anxiety yet. But I noticed what it was. It wasn't more me. And I remember a promise what I said to my great nan before she passed away. Tell who you care about, all costs, and look after who you care about. So people I cared about was Kathleen, and then the person was Millie. At the same time, I felt everyone was against me, and the next promise was don't hit a girl, and I actually followed that ever since. And how rough that is, it's quite harsh to do, because I'm not a person who likes doing that, and like doing what I want. So, next thing what happened was, the great night really impacted my life, and it was coming to my exams. And actually, if you want to watch another story what happens, I had a new maths teacher, and if you really want to go detail with this story, I leave an icon at the top on my YouTube channel, which was another story, and really got in trouble with my maths teacher to say that, and it's quite depressing for me, because I never knew her as an aggressive person, and oh, thank you. But the person who supported me through my great nan's death was my night teacher Natalie. Does that name? That name reminds you of someone back in year 3. I had her for 5 years in secondary school. I trust her all my life. She really helped. The other two people who could get it out of me is Nathan and Kathleen. Yeah, about Millie at the moment. I wasn't confident to talk to her, so I wouldn't say it to her. But, of course, I was that depressed. I actually got diagnosed in year 12 with depression and anxiety. But that's going to be a little bit more in year 11. But then it comes, by the end of school year, here comes my, let's say this kind of impacts me quite a lot, but it impacts my confidence to talk to the girl. I was not confident to talk to her, but I felt like I would never see her again. And it was Millie. And I decided to ask her out. And I got rejected. And I knew who the boyfriend was at the time. His name was Tom. And all I wanted to do is hurt him. Knock him out. Hurt him really much. You know, throw a punch, throw a left hook. But I chose not to because I'm a man. And what's the point of fighting any more times? It's no worth it. Fighting in the world. Just don't declare war, be peaceful. So I decided to be peaceful and left it. But jealousy got the top of me. I didn't hit him, but I was about to. So I was about to hit him. Really hurt him. But then I started thinking about friendship. And all I wanted was Millie to be happy. So I chose to not hit him once. Oh, you know me. I would have done. So I went in a deep depression, and it lasted all summer. And actually, my first 2 YouTube videos come out on this. And you tell by them 2 YouTube videos, I still was suffering it. And it's quite hard to talk about because it's my life and I don't like talking about it often. But I was there, deep down depressed, didn't get the grades I wanted. I actually got what I thought grade. I was in maths, I was proud of that. I didn't really want to get what I got in history, and I actually failed history. So I was quite depressed in that. But there will be a sign after this. Will be a YouTube video or a little thing on Minecraft, which I will say a screenshot of and last a couple of seconds in the videos. And it's hard for me to cope with this because I'm a person who's more confident and talkative, and I went down depression because I was not being picked on. I was really being picked on again at college, at school, sorry, and because I was always moody, and I can understand why, but I was not happy, and we all can tell that by that. The next thing what happened was I got to college, passed, and done stuff, and joined Futures, and I'm now a teacher, which is going to be similar. So if we're going to talk about something, I am going to say the last names on this person. So my tutor was called Nathan, a different Nathan, and he was part German, and I loved my history. Of course, I loved my history. I was going to reference some World War II jokes and World War I jokes. So that's me. I've always been like that, and he did that banner, and he's now a person who could really cheer me up and help me through depression of this, and had teaching assistants who I really trusted. Like the first couple of weeks I had Sam, and I talked to him every time I felt down because I knew who to talk to. But the first person I talked about my great nan was Nathan. I told him why, and he took over, and it actually run the time period of this, and that. But I haven't talked about something really, really upsets me now, and And I was I was at college, and I remember this when Kathleen did this after I did this. I laid apparently Millie because of jealousy, and I should not have done it. I did it, and jealousy really keen and saying, yeah, I did it because of jealousy, and that's wrong for me, and I should not have done it. But life will always fire good things about it. And then afterwards, I felt more like me, because I met a best mate who was called Jordan, and he got a lot of shit out of me when I was upset. He knows when I'm upset, and he's still my best mate. And I saw my old mates like Owen, Kathleen, and I was back to normal. But no Nathan. And you know which one he's talking about, because I'm going to put a letter on his for the surname. Oh, I need to do one more, two more. H is that. And I hate writing stuff, because that is a start of a surname. And I felt the impression. So if I want to type, my tutor name will be more. Be that. That'll be his last name. So yeah. And I felt doing something because I was jealous, and I decided to let a prank for Happier, which the song still says a lot about the stuff by Ed Sheeran, and I liked it, and I used it of jealousy, which is wrong. I should not have done, but what can you do? You can't change from your mistakes. You only can fix them. And later on, I found out with Kathleen. Kathleen told me something. There's only one person who asked after college, after school. Is Kian going to Shrewsbury College? Scat. And who was it? It's gone damn Millie, isn't it? I found out afterwards, and much more things went into play, and I got upset again. And then I decided to write a song, which later in the night before something happened, and I started writing a song, and my song was about how much anger was in me, and anger and jealousy is still there, and I'm not jealous anymore. But I'd love to go out, but I don't think that's going to be happening. Next thing what happened was I found out about that. I wrote a song about her saying, "Oh, your twin's fit too," which is Molly, just letting you know. I remembered Molly, and she was fit, but she wasn't 100% who I wanted, personality-wise and all that. Then the next day at lunchtime in Scat, two girls, one blonde, one brunette. Wasn't Molly, running out and stopped in one of them stopped in front of me, and the other one did too. My face dropped. It was Millie. And I was actually thinking about talking to her, which takes a lot to do. And everything I was thinking about was rude. So I chose to run away. And I won't say what I was planning to say, because it's just not right. I should not say anything like that. But stuff like this is serious and can really impact a girl or your lives, and life comes in. And this is when later on I got diagnosed with anxiety. Yay, anxiety. That's when I got diagnosed with anxiety. And it was rough, and I didn't know what to do. And actually, was it this year? No, it was this year I got diagnosed with anxiety. And it was because I was jealous and all that, and great and all that. Even to play, and I learned, and actually gave me confidence to be upset, and I ran off. But I chose to run off. The next thing I did, next week I chose to run off, and I ran off. I was breaking down and crying. And that's a man person to do. You're not a man if you don't cry. Because it's human. You're not a man till you cry. And I did. I kicked the wall in anger. And I haven't done that in my life. I started boxing the comfort myself in year after year 11. So I went back to it, which I stopped because I was really happy. My mate Jordan and his fake Tamara was there, and my best friend's coming to play. Next thing what happened was I was actually really happy once. I felt confident to her stuff of that, but my anxiety always got to me. Next week, Wednesday, which I hate the most, Wednesday, I always hated the most last year, and I remember it quite well. I went to one of my friends called Sophie, if you remember me talking about it. I was playing football and found out stuff about stuff, and should not done. I'm not going to talk about it because it's under investigation. Sorry, and it was under investigation, so I can't talk about it. And I was not a part of it, so don't talk about it. I talked about life, and I saw Sophie happy, having a laugh with her. And before I saw Sophie, I saw Millie again. I saw Millie again, and she gave me a smile. I was already having a rough day. The week before, I talked to Nathan about it, and he said, Nathan, just let you know, or more. F. To my tutor about it, and in life, he said this, would you probably say, it's probably fish in the sea. He said, it's probably cows in the field. But he said to him, ow, and that. I was happy, and I wasn't, you need to focus on your work and all that, and I did, and I got a sports leader level 1, which is equivalent to a C. I was happy, and I was doing it again this year, but quite downhill. Level 2 this year, didn't go anywhere. So, I passed with flying colours. I actually got a higher grade in sports leaders than my maths. I got like a C in that, so I'm proud. So I actually near enough I got basically full marks. So I was planning to do it again this year, but do level 2 this year. So let's talk about it, and let's go back on topic. So I saw Millie again, and she gave me a smile. And my mates went to cricket tournament in Telford, and we actually won. There was a cricket tournament in Telford. We actually won. We're on our way to Londinium. If you don't get that, London. So guys, I'm back. The next thing what happened was, what did I get to? What did I get to? A smile cheered me up and focused on my work all the rest of the day. And my mates went to cricket, and actually, I was moved classes that day. I was into the health and social care class. Yay! My mate called Jacob. Yay! And I completely see where Sophie and Millie were. We were doing some simple stuff, ball, something like that for the old people, which I'm actually doing house coach killer now, because I want to be a teaching assistant and probably a football coach to help out. And I decided to be confident and happy with what I'd be. So the next thing that happened was happiness. I gave her a smile back. Sophie could tell I was happy. And later on in the week, I found the stuff out which I shouldn't have done. I got out of Sophie, and I'm so sorry, Millie. You know about it. But I'm not going to talk about anything, Millie. That's my privacy. And that's your private life. I'm not going to talk about it. Now let's talk about year 12. Yay! The final year! I'm finally in it. Nearly 18. Yay! Literally, nearly 18. And someone else is nearly 18. And someone else. They are a month. I'm like 2 weeks. You're more than a month. I'm like 2 weeks. So, next thing what happened was, what did we talk about? Oh god, was I at college? I was doing sports leaders at the start. That got moved off. It was this student, which I'm not gonna say his name, but it's called him Dick. He was very aggressive and still there, and actually 2 staff wants him getting rid. And he put me out of a deep down depression because I'm actually planning to apologise to Millie about the lyric prank and start our friendship all over. And Kathleen's gone to Scat so she can see it. And I found out my friend Sophie quit Scat and moved on to life, and fair enough, that's her life. And I was still passionate on my football, and I had my surgery done on my toes, which I didn't grow toenails since year 9, and I feel much better. I feel like I can get physical with football. I felt like my new me and the old me at the same time, which is good. And the best part about it, I never got angry about it. I was all happy over this. And let's see what happens. Spanty paste. Oh, pardon me. What did I say? Next thing what happened was sports leaders stopped. So I moved to house care, which I'm not fully happy on this house care. I'm actually putting on weight because my anxiety is coming to big high, and starting comfort eating it. But now I'm trying to burn it off, and thank God I am. We're talking, I got this big. But then I found some comfort in, like, let's put this down actually, I kind of spy to type it. Begins with A, which is actually quite helpful. This thing is just like, you know, really helpful. So, douche. One more. Then let's put it down. This is meant to be an A. Just like, you know, guys, this is meant to be an A. This is meant to be an A. Arts and reading and stuff like that. So I'm reading right now Harry Potter, and then someone decides to move to my flipping village. I'm not angry. I'm actually happy. I'm not happy. So, next thing what happened was, I saw someone come to my village. No, not where. Just to let you know. Or it's next village across. And the name was, let me give it. I'm going to spell it out for you. You should remember this name. Quite wow. I don't know if Thingy is around too, but her sister's not around too. She's been in this video already. Get rid of that. Let's do one more. One across. I just found out this is really gonna be really awkward because I'm in water. I'm just gonna do this. Do 1, 2. I. L. One more. I can't do Y, so I'm gonna try my best at Y. Who is that then, guys? Let's ask you that. Who's that? Millie. You live in Note. Can't live with it now. I shouldn't do that, I reckon. That'll do. Damn man, I'm straight now. So, Millie lives in my next village. I don't know if Molly does, I don't know if Nathan does. Now we know who we're talking with, it's Nathan. I don't know if they live in the same village. My friend Kathleen's coming to live in the same village. This is next village across, which is like a 2-minute walk. And I find my friends are starting to come and see me a bit more. And I hardly know some. I haven't seen them. I don't want to see them yet. I don't want to talk to them. So the first time I went, oh, must be living in Nans or something. And I went, hang on, is that who I think that is? Red coat with white and black, blonde hair. I went, is it? I went, is it? Is that who I think it is? 'Cause I haven't seen them for 2 years. Glasses on. I went, alright. Is it? So, I found out stuff, which I'm happy about. Is it? Is it? I think it is. I didn't say. She was looking at me. I went, okay, I know you somewhere. And I went, yeah, I know you for somewhere. Like, she recognised me and she went, okay, it's probably not a good time to talk to him. And she felt uncomfortable. I found, okay, are you who I think you are? And I felt uncomfortable. And then I became more uncomfortable because my anxiety came back and the body started thinking, it's her. And it was. And I was happy because I found out it was. And really happy because my friend Kathleen messaged, if you follow, and found out it was her. I was more in my calm stage. And I was more happy. You could tell I was more happy. But I wasn't focused on that. My most priority was, you know, learning. Still, we'll be learning. That's my main priority. The next thing what happened was, we didn't talk. We haven't talked. For God's sakes, I will give her a smile. Seeing the buses, I saw her with makeup on when I come back from school, lipstick. Oh fucking hell! Stop it, kid. Stop, kid, stop. But yeah, I felt like my old self. Still like my old self and all that. Banter came from school, like Millie boy. I always mention that. Kianbradzter from school, and they're just good things. And you go through a rough part of life. And actually, one time, I admit this now, when I was at school, I was doing self harm and actually thinking about suicide when she rejected me, Millie. So I'm still alive, still breathing, happy as Larry. So yeah. So everyone, like, comment, subscribe. I am saving a little. I can't tell you one of the stories I'm gonna talk about, cause start off with it's none of your business, and another thing, I don't think they'll like it. The person who looks at her. Sorry. So everybody, like, comment, subscribe. Talk to you guys later. It's my joy of my life. See you guys later.